Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Mouse ain't want to hear this Brooklyn talk.
No, I'm
It was a lot. It
I'm
was
a
a lot.
Brooklyn nigga. Fuck it, I'm just from Long Island. Niggas know my body out here. But the most important thing is that we want to acknowledge the listeners. We want to bring them in. Welcome back. We appreciate y'all coming back another Sunday. Shout out to Uchechi. She got us together. And we much needed it. So we're back.
We are.
A little less boastful. I feel like our chests are sunk in this episode. After last week, but neither here nor there. Make sure y'all go see Thoughts of a Color Man. Shout out our brother Mac Wilds. So make sure you go support the play Thoughts of a Color Man on Broadway right now. But we're here. We're on the couch, and I want to say that I made a promise to y'all last week that I'm gonna stay to, but that's in 2022. Damn. As for 2021, y'all getting a few more of these. If you listen to this episode on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, any day after Monday or Tuesday after we work so hard to get the shit out from the bottom of my heart.
Here we go.
Suck my dick. Because I want to tell y'all something. It takes a lot to get me and Ryan on the same schedule, get the shit over to the editor.
I don't even live in New York no more.
So y'all violating us if y'all put us off. And you heard the last episode, we got abandonment fucking issues. So we feel like you love bombing us, to be 1,000% honest with you. Like you tell us you love us. You tell us we're a great podcast. But then you wait. We come out on Monday. Y'all wait to Thursday to check it. Suck my dick.
Somebody actually DM'd me and they apologized to me 2 days ago, and I love that. They said, you know what? I have kids, and I'm sorry that I couldn't listen to you.
Don't put your
Monday
kids in the middle of this.
Tuesday.
Suck my dick.
She's like, but I did listen to it Wednesday, and I appreciate your words. And I said, thank you, man.
It's how you get people listening to your podcast on Monday.
Like,
Suck my dick.
Like, don't play with me, boy. Like, we work really hard to get.
But we already said he has to stop saying that.
Yeah, in 2022, I'm going to give it up. But right now, it's still 2021.
Checks is calling. And they like, huh?
Yeah.
Listen, we got some nice checks.
Listen, we got some nice checks.
We got some nice. No, telling a bunch of loyal listeners suck my dick. It's not pretty lucrative.
No,
but the checks don't start the next month. So these are we still self-sufficient.
That's it.
There's that. For those who do listen on Monday, we appreciate you. We love you a lot more than we love the people that listen throughout the other week. Did I love bomb properly, Uchachi? What? Never mind.
And then there's that.
Make sure y'all continue to watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube Guys Next Door podcast.
Sorry
Make sure
about YouTube. It's being updated.
No, by the time they see this, everything will be straight.
I will hope
What about the listeners who ain't listening on Monday because they were sucking dick?
Suck my dick.
Be with
Suck.
Here we go.
Two.
Let's start it up. Start it up.
There was a Me Too and that is SMD 2. Okay? Don't forget about me. No, I'm just playing. That's probably going to get me canceled. I take it back a little bit. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Guys Next Door Pod. You can see longer version of this episode, longer version of other episodes, completely separate episodes. We are back on Patreon, so make sure y'all go over there and check that information out. Twitter and Instagram, all uniform, Guys Next Door Pod. And now we're here. Yeah. So, listen, legendary, because I've been trying to get this podcast done since my first podcast. He-Man Woman Hates Club. I've been trying to lock this in.
Some things are meant to be.
Some things were meant to be with better people. You know, there's that. Go ahead. Shit, you want to shit on my other podcast. Go for it. It's your world. It's yours.
I don't need to do that.
Right, like I just make shit better. You know, he's like I just make shit better.
Listen, shout out.
Little upgrade.
He-Man Woman Hates Club. I tried to get this podcast episode to happen, and I understood where I stood in the community. I was like, I'm the new nigga. They ain't gonna take me seriously. So it was like, whatever.
Come on, man.
But then, it was.
Never on schedule, but always on time.
He-Man Woman Hates Club. It was level of rip, but niggas was like, little nigga, like, we'll see what you do. And I was like, I bet. I respected it. But then, rest in peace, OG Reg. Shout out to Chris Morrow. Then I made the move, and we took He-Man Woman Hates Club to Loudspeaker Network. I just knew that was gonna be my end to this episode. Nah, they trying to we'll figure it out. Sean was like, we could do it. Bonsu didn't even answer the DM. But clearly, my third go round. Guys Next Door, I have been able to assemble the Nigga Avengers. These niggas right here are the reason a lot of niggas made it
we missing the couple.
We missing the couple.
But these are the niggas.
Nigga Avengers.
The coalition.
This coalition. These niggas got niggas through bids.
Facts.
Got niggas through puberty.
We need to get Adele on the phone, yo.
You know what I mean?
I know A gonna be tight.
These niggas did it.
Bounce past a couple rappers.
It's the king. It's the king-aversary.
Sports dudes.
That was the first.
Go ahead,
That was the oop. That was the first oop. That was like the yo. I need that.
Nigga, there wasn't
you
no
need
sign.
That happened.
Nigga,
Those,
there was no
that was real
retweet.
life.
There was
you'll
rip
be
this page
surprised
out.
at
Let
the
me get
name.
it, my boy.
What's on page 37?
Yeah, who that? Who that?
Yeah, who 48?
Yes.
48.
Yeah.
But some
Why
of
Yo,
y'all
January-
can't,
yo,
some of the illest.
why y'all can't
February-
bring it back? Just
We can. You want the? We can. I'm here. I know.
Double
Listen,
back.
I live in LA.
Oh, okay.
I can have that
I don't want that
Page
shit. That shit.
one.
we going 2 steps down for the reintro.
for the
man.
reintro. Yeah, you know that. We gonna have a whole party there.
Reintro,
Like
man.
You know.
Well, let's get to it for the fans who have no idea what we're talking about. We have three of a huge team, but they are the three that I've been able to assemble today. In the midst of the KING-aversary,
There we
The
go.
king, the
There we
king.
go.
we got the king,
the king.
Datwon,
All kings.
who came up with this idea and said, let's do this. Let's put these. Ooh, let's put our women on front.
20 years ago.
We got the
20 years.
editor in chief.
Yeah, I was 12.
We got motherfucking Sean Malcolm contributing
editor.
as well as.
Yep.
I've been a fan of this nigga.
Editor
On
Eye
top
Candy-
of
editor
Eye Candy
too.
legend right here.
I've been
Eye
a
Candy
fan
legend
of
for
this
double
nigga.
XL.
I was, you know.
I've been a fan of this nigga since he had dreads.
It was,
Y'all laughing, and I'm so dead serious. This nigga showed me it was possible for a nigga like me to get on TV
Right.
and talk my shit.
Right.
So seeing
You
him,
got to be able to see yourself sometimes.
I
man.
didn't. We didn't
That's
see
what it
us. And he,
You
like
have good
I'm talking
teeth.
about you.
Good
You
teeth
was
helps.
you was on there like when VH1 would do those like specials when they would do like best day ever, all of that shit. And I'd always see Bonsu. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And I look in the page. I'm like, oh, that's this nigga. I'm telling you the truth. I never paid for a magazine. I'm a thief. I steal magazines.
all good,
out
brother.
of
It's all
the-
good.
My mother was
we
not
still
buying
did
these
our numbers.
shit.
It's okay.
Yeah, my mother wasn't buying
Yeah,
this shit.
if you stole they magazine from somebody, 9 times out of 10, those pages already missing.
No, I stole it from the.
'Cause it was on
no,
the wall.
I'm saying I stole it from.
You stole it from anybody.
No, I didn't. I stole
Whatever
it from the
was
supermarket.
there, whatever
That's
you
fine.
stole.
That's fine.
No, because that's
You
a
stole-
thief. I'm not a thief.
You stole it from people.
I steal from establishments.
So you never stole from people.
Robin Hood. Okay.
Wait.
That's why he has. You got principles. You a nigga with principles.
So you never stole. So you never stole from people.
I never stole from a person who didn't know they was getting stolen from.
That's a lie.
That's different.
That's a lie.
That's
weird.
different.
That's a lie.
I like that.
Who?
That lady you robbed for $120.
That bitch should have known she was getting stolen from.
She should know.
I don't
Whatever
even know
went
what
on
it
in
is,
that-
but he sounds
whatever
very
went on in that
confident
room-
why.
He
Son.
took
That
$60 from a lady.
had
He
that
went and
same
had
ponytail,
sex,
too, when he
and
robbed
then
me,
the
man.
sex
Man, he
the
had the
sex was
same
bad,
ponytail when he
so he
robbed
came out and took another 60, and that's where he got to the 120.
Oh man.
I want to talk to the kings of kings.
I mean,
Get-
we might as well.
He was.
just-
No,
He been getting to it. He been getting to it.
Listen,
I
that
find out a new story about you every day.
that young lady knew better. He knew it.
House is a fascinating gentleman.
All right, I'm gonna say it. This is the last time I fucking tell the story.
Yeah,
Fuck, I get baited into this story every time.
No,
Doesn't matter to me.
if you would have just been honest
Shut up.
about
I
your
like this
stealing
story. I don't
habits,
like this.
we wouldn't have got here.
All right, what happened was this young lady. She was on my body. I don't ever like women that be on my body. Let me be on your body and then be on my body in
Old
return.
school with it.
But don't be on my body heavy. She was on my body since high school.
Okay. Yeah.
I was, bitch, I was doing bad.
Said,
at
let
this
me
time.
work. Let me
I was
work.
doing bad. I was doing really bad at this time.
It's hard time.
I was down bad.
You don't even make sense. I don't even deserve this. I don't even deserve this attention right now.
I was
I'm mad
down
at you
bad.
for liking
Down
me.
bad.
I don't got no money and you still
I'm
want
mad
me.
at you for liking me.
Shit.
I'm
No.
talking about this woman. The day she hit me this day, she been on my body since high school. The day she hit me this day, I was on like day 5 of this fucking specific Nike Tech. Like I had wore this Nike Tech till like it was stiff.
What you was like? You was cutting the kitchen.
Starching it? You
I was
starched
bad.
it?
I'm trying to tell you, I was doing bad. The time period between getting out the streets and getting into the industry, it was rough. It was rough.
It usually is.
That's
So
It usually
the
is.
day she hit me, I was like I said, this Nike Tech could have stood up by itself. And she hit me and she was like, "What you doing?" And I had just got off the train. I just got off the train. I forgot what I was doing out here. I took the train back to Long Island to see my
Mischief.
kid.
You was doing
So I
bad.
got off at the Wyandan stop. It's none of these places are good places.
No.
So I get off at the Wyandan stop and she texts me. She's like, "What you doing?" I said, "I ain't doing shit. What's up, bitch?" And she was like, "Come through."
Where was she?
Right down the street from
Okay.
the train station.
Okay.
It wasn't that long of a walk.
Oh, straight. Right.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm about to pull up because at least I'm gonna get a hot meal and some pussy. I knew that was on the deal.
Bang, bang.
I walk in,
They got
hot
money.
meal there, bow. It was also $120
pussy there.
sitting on the table.
Phone bill.
So I said, it was a light bill. So I said, I'm taking $60. Off principle, I'm taking $60 because you let this nigga in your house. I'm taking $60. Took $60.
Wild.
And then I went in the back for the magic to happen.
For sure.
I bought the magic. She ain't bring the magic.
Was that the first time you smashed?
Nah, I think I had hit one time when we was kids.
Okay, all right. This nigga, man, leaving out vital information. You are a terrible storyteller.
Doesn't matter.
I didn't know. This is the first time I heard you. I thought it was the first time.
I could be wrong. To be honest, I could be wrong.
Fast talking niggas, man. And I hear well. I hear very well, man.
This is the first time? No.
Could have been, couldn't have been. Whatever. We was kids, adolescents. Nobody, you didn't know what you was doing. But this nigga that showed up, I was prepared.
He's a grown man.
Because I'm a grown man, and I'm
no, it's
fucked
that
up.
broke. It's that fucked up sex. Like
I'm about to fuck. I'm about to get. Bitch, I'm prepared to give you enough dick.
Poverty dick is different. Yo, the broke.
I was about to give this bitch enough dick to live here for a month.
Because the last thing she could say is you broke with whack dick is crazy. Like what?
So when I walked in.
Homosexual.
Homosexual.
Yeah, episode is
I don't know when my next plate is gonna come. Sex is different.
I just need this phone bill paid.
Different.
I just need my phone bill paid, dick. I'm A1 at that. I'm undefeated.
Yeah.
So I went back. She did not match the crowd. I said, "This bitch, what the fuck?"
And it was
is this?
whack? Oh, man.
She gave me wax. I said, "What the?"
You don't need no other body?
I never thought that there was whack pussy until this young lady.
Damn.
And I said, I could have been spending this time
Good for you for learning that
with
later.
somebody that is gonna love me for me.
Robbing somebody else.
So I walked out and I took the rest of the money.
You don't need no other 60.
Give me that.
You don't need no.
All right, now that we got
Nigga walked
that out
out
the way,
like, I need this.
I no longer do things like that. I moved on. Now,
One question about
yeah,
this.
Miss
One
Ryan.
question.
No, we got to be
I just got one.
Let's close it all the way shut.
Do you still know this lady?
No, I don't unknow her. I didn't be like, oh,
You know her whereabouts?
She probably still
I don't know that
infatuated with you and probably
Has she
hears
ever-
this.
My question,
Does she listen to the podcast every Monday?
Has she ever mentioned the missing money to you?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And what did you?
I violated. I was like,
How did she bring it up?
So she hit me.
Like, did you see
She hit me.
$120 on the
Matter of
table?
fact, she hit me when I was recording He Met Woman Haters Club. So we're recording, and she texted me, and she's like, "Yo, did you see this money on my thing?" At first, I didn't respond, but my receipt is on. Yeah. So she double texted. She was like, "Did you take that?" And I said, "Yeah." And then she was like,
for you.
"I want my fucking money." Ooh. I was like,
He's like, I want my dick back.
I didn't say that. Just me at the time, who I wasn't really with the jokey shit. I was in a different mindset, so I just responded like, "Tell your baby father to come get it."
Okay.
And I left it at that.
All right. Different time, man.
Yeah.
Different time.
Yeah, I was.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Different time. Different time.
Uchechi.
I'm shut up.
Because they didn't do this. Yes, they did, but they did it under their breath.
Different time.
Right.
Now,
Different
I
time.
would love to talk to the kings of King magazine
I'm still stuck on this story.
about the inception of King. Datwon, where did the idea for King magazine come from?
Horny nigga.
Niggas just
Man,
sometimes the horny wins.
How can we see
those,
ass
it
and
was
not
those early days reading Jet magazine. That's what it was.
Don't blame Jet for this.
I have to.
Okay.
Beauty of the week.
Jet Beauty of the week,
Jet
absolutely.
Beauty of the week.
Who was your favorite Jet Beauty of the week up until that
I
time?
didn't have a favorite. I always loved the women from Maryland. They always say she was like always
From Maryland.
You'd be
That
like,
was good.
yo.
That was good. That was
You know
definitely.
what I'm saying? Like it was
He's
always
done this
Maryland.
before.
Hey, come on, man. But nah, like during my days at Double XL.
Yeah. The Bible.
Yeah. Automatic. My man Black Spot and our man Don Morris. Don Morris at the time, he was one of the creative directors over there. Mm-hmm. And we would just every time we would do an issue, dudes would write in about women from videos and all that stuff. Or if we had like a woman with a dude in the shoot.
Basically, Eye Candy was whack at first.
Yeah.
That's what he's not. Yo, you know how? So you know the Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Right. You know Luther.
Yeah,
Obama's,
Luther and Obama.
Yeah,
Be gonna be my translator.
Nigga said what he meant to say. How he said was.
Suck my dick.
That's real. That's real though. And it was like that because we were trying to like
listen to my shit, suck it.
move it over. We was trying
Right.
to like move it over and get it a lot more sexy. But we did come up with Eye Candy, and during that time, I was also doing the upfront section of the magazine. And everybody, all the jail dudes, they used to just write in about the women. They wasn't even worried about the rappers.
Right.
So I went to the publishers, and
Which makes sense.
yeah, they did not care.
But they're in a place where there's no shortage of rappers.
And at that time, niggas couldn't really hear all the music that was out. Like I don't even know who this guy is. Like,
but they would see them.
Not all of it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? They would see them.
Niggas wasn't in. They didn't have like only a couple dudes had
Only a couple
Walkmans.
dudes had Walkman. It wasn't like
It
everybody got phones and all that. It wasn't like that. So it's like, what do I care about your last album?
And it was like if they could catch the radio, you know what I'm saying? If they could,
Right.
But
and TV.
yeah, but yeah. So then I went to the publishers. I was like, yo, I think we should do something a little bit more lifestyle, like without the music focus. And they was like, nah, chill. I was like, whoa, it was like a crazy blow. So then Maxim stuff, all of them started coming up. I had left, FHM. I had left the company by then. And we was on that internet wave at that time. We was all over at hook.com. You know, you had 360 hip hop, all of that stuff was popping. And
Don Morris and Elliot Wilson were a big part of this also, because all this was happening at the same time.
Yep.
Like,
shout out to Elliot.
Like Day was like I was Day's intern. Okay, I was Day's intern. So like when Eye Candy was just a section, almost like a Jet Beauty magazine model. Like, it was just like the hot girl, whatever. But it was wild random. It wasn't any real concentration for it. And then Day was trying to get it to be specific, like a certain way. They wasn't really feeling it, but it was a lot of turmoil there too. So it's like I think that played a part also. Like it wasn't even worth the battle, honestly, probably for him. And then Elliot came with Double XL, and he was like, I just want to focus on video girls. He wanted to bring it back to the music. Because I think y'all had
we had Lyris.
No, before
the third one.
What was the girl from Girlfriends?
Tony. Jill Marie.
Jill? Did we have Jill first?
No, Jill, the dark skin one.
No, y'all had that's King. I'm talking about Eye Candy.
Eye Candy. I don't think she was in Eye Candy. Which one was it?
The one that played Lynn.
Had a really popular actress in Eye Candy before.
Oh, Donya Ramirez.
No,
bigger than that.
Donya was
light skin.
cannabis.
She's light skinned.
She was cannabis.
Lynn, the girl that played Lynn on
I know you're
Girlfriend.
talking about. I see.
You know what I'm talking about? You see it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's like Dawn or something like, I don't know, but anyway,
that's when the
wasn't J-Lo was an Eye Candy.
A play girl was one.
Lyris was an Eye Candy.
But
you know what I'm saying?
I think the Lyris one
was the one.
And that was done by the dude that used to do the cartoons in the back of the Source.
Oh yeah.
Al Dre.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he did. A.L. Dre, actually. He did that one, and then that helped what B's talking about kind of steer it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but
So
then we had Bounce.
Yeah.
B stayed, and
Elliot
gave me
Eye Candy. Elliot gave me Eye Candy, and it was like he wanted to focus on just videos, and then we did like the thong song, like the girls in the thong song video, and then it was my job to just find like the hottest girls.
Oh, such a hard
videos,
job.
right? I mean, it was laborious.
I don't understand how you.
I don't know how I survived.
How did you make it to this age?
Real quick, before you go with that, there was back then. This is magazine business type shit,
right?
What they would do is they would put these surveys in the magazine
to
see which advertisers, like, all right, what section of the magazine is the dopest. So we had a survey in there, and it would be like the review section, Eye Candy, Upfront, 8 Ball, what y'all like. Overwhelmingly, before we bounce, overwhelmingly Eye Candy. That helped steer the conversation as well.
That sparked that.
That sparked the business aspect rather than y'all just want to go talk to girls.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Which y'all did, but
I mean,
they always has
the
to
business
be
works.
the money behind it always gotta be there.
It was a good business.
Yeah, so I mean, like, that was the beginning of like Double. I mean, because it was all a family, right? It's like King and Double XL were under the Harris umbrella, right? So, but my thing was like, what was happening was we were giving. Like, nobody was doing this. We were taking the barbershop conversation, the girl that's on the wall, the Trinidad T-shirt girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, we taking all the girls, or like the girls in the video, like So when the guys are like, yo, who's the girl in the gold dress and the Jay-Z put your hands up video? It's
Get
like,
to know that person.
We giving them. We not only be giving them a name, not giving them a name, but now we giving them a spotlight to have people like not just call them the girl, not the girl in the all yellow. No, that's Melissa Ford. You know what I'm saying? The Knock Yourself Out video. Like we giving them
the vibrant
names,
thing girl.
The
That's
vibrant thing girl.
Lila.
Yes.
That's how I knew I was straight.
Yeah, it's like
Melissa Ford is how I knew I was straight.
Yeah.
You know, like people ask you, they be like, "Oh,
Machine
you know
Gun
you're gay, you know
Nelly.
you're straight." Melissa Ford.
Machine
It took any
1999.
It took any thought process. I never seen no nigga was turned on.
Nigga said 99.
But boy, when I seen Melissa Ford, boy,
It was 10.
I knew I'm getting these bitches pregnant.
8 kids later.
And look at me now. Look at me now.
It works.
No, but the game is like seriously, the game is like the rap game. You
Yeah.
have your top tier, and she was up there. That was the J of the game or the Drake of the game, if you want to say it like that. She was
Wow,
that
that's
one. Yeah.
So the run was crazy. So it's like we in the same crib, right? And it's like he bounces for a little while, does his thing, right? Eye Candy's taking off now. It's just about like the it girl in the video. And then Day comes back with this massive idea, right? Because the market's already bubbling with like brown women are cool now. The Melissa Fords, the Gloria Velez's, right? You know, we telling their stories. Day comes back with this monster idea, flies off, right? And of course we start getting flack. Now we just running the game now. Because then we had what was like it was a Black Men's
Black Men was rocking.
There was another one.
Smooth came out the same time.
Yeah.
You know, those were rocking pretty much
eventually down the
later.
line.
Let me ask y'all this: we got 3 Black men from Brooklyn. What and like obviously I've been there since the precipice of hip hop. You know, getting like being able to see it start from where it started to where it was at that time. Where do y'all jump in and say we're gonna be the writers and the voices instead of the rappers? Like what made y'all be able
That's
to
funny.
like what?
That's an ill question.
Nigga still rap.
That
That
didn't-
was a look like. That was a look like.
Yeah,
Nigga still got it. Don't get it fucked up.
But suck my dick on Monday.
Bro, that's the merch, bro. If you're not sucking dick on Monday, you can listen to the podcast, bro.
You know what's so crazy? It's like my main thing was loving hip hop,
Right.
Being from Brooklyn,
Right.
You said love and hip hop.
No, loving hip hop.
Way before
and
that.
then being in the lunchroom,
Right.
Boom, you arguing with dudes, this, that,
Holding
the third,
courts,
you're
yeah.
holding court, You want to take that conversation to the barbershop,
Yeah.
from that to the block, from the block into the pages.
Yeah.
And that was my thing, was like, yo, sometimes I felt like some of the things that was said in some of the mags, they didn't resonate all the way.
Right.
And I was like, yo, we got to get those kind of conversations going.
Right.
I was fortunate enough to be in a position to be like, oh, Dip, we got an opening here.
Right.
Boom.
Right.
I meet his best friend.
Okay.
Oh, link us up.
Jesus Christ.
Boom. And that's
Yeah,
the
we
double
got.
XL.
Yeah, we got.
days.
Yeah, that's
I know,
a,
we'll go-
yeah,
we'll
that's
go-
a whole
that's
nother.
nother
Our
thing.
connection's super crazy.
Right.
Super crazy.
We learned about like our connection even years later after we was already like brothers.
That's dope.
I was interning for this dude. Like this was
That's fire.
this was the reason. He's one of the reasons why like I saw myself having a career, because I was like, oh, he's not like Scott with pencils and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like, this dude was like,
Those are the
this
block
is
too.
this is
Yeah.
Washington Ave, this is
All
like
the
Crown
way.
Heights, this is Prospect Heights. Like he's Brooklyn,
Right.
but like he gets busy. Like he's also writing crazy cover stories, and I'm
Right.
reading this like, yo, I gotta get like Day, and I gotta. And he's
He right there with me at that time.
yeah,
too.
like we know, and I'm like, I'm trying to impress them.
Right.
I'm saying that's the thing. I was trying to like,
Killer.
we had like a whole staff, but I'm trying to impress the people because I know I don't want to be. I know what I don't want to be also. So I'm like, yo, if he gets busy and still is himself, then I can be myself and still get busy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
to the point where he becomes Rolling Stone's hot interviewer of the year.
I remember that.
Like, yo,
I remember that.
funny
shit.
thing, speaking
Like-
of sucking dick, because I asked Trina if she like, because that's one of the reasons why, because I used to take over the 8-ball section. Again,
8-ball was
I'm
crazy.
super raw. I'm super
You're,
raw.
you're sushi.
Like I'm not Tim Pool. You see me? You see this guy? There we.
He is growing in front of
There
your
we go.
eyes. Listen
There
here,
we
man.
go.
We've been here for 2 years, and he's growing every day. I love it.
I too am trying to impress Datwon.
You bro.
I too have been trying to impress Datwon since 2016.
It's osmosis, man. It's osmosis, man. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, like that was like being able to see the connections of like how dope we are as a team.
Right.
And this is only us three.
Yes.
Black Spot was there.
Oh, Black
Spot was a big part of that.
Jermaine Hall.
I went to my first.
Shout out Jermaine
Hall.
Shout out Jermaine Hall. Shout out Jermaine Hall.
I went to my
BT
first
days.
ever
Appreciate
album
that.
listening with him and Jermaine, and it was
What was that?
Hard Knock Life 2 album listening.
yeah.
I'm like super. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is that. I'm like, oh, this food is free. This is crazy. Like,
And
oh,
we
the
got
drinks
the
are free,
drinks, and it's a Jay
and it's
joint.
Jay Z. Like,
Yeah.
he's gonna be here. Like, this is when like artists used to actually
No,
be
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I'm like, again, like they took the raw clay. They saw what I had the potential. They just kept like nurturing the good side. And like, I had to stop being a nigga at a certain point and just really get professional and shit. And then,
Yo, you had, I'll never forget, you had the fucking Cabana hat on.
Cabana, which one?
It was like the little.
You know I'm known for my lids, man. Which one? Which
It
one?
was that was the first time I ever seen a nigga in that shit.
Yo, Cabana
I never seen a nigga.
is
He had
crazy.
dreads. He had
Oh,
dreads in
with
the
the
Cabana
dreads.
hat, and he was on the TV talking about the shit. I swear, to, like I really, me being in this position I'm in, I really studied this shit. So I'm like, I remember sitting there. You gotta remember my father from Gowanus, but he was raising us on Long Island. So I'm sitting there. So whenever I'm home, I'm sitting here like, I just need all of this content. And I'm watching, I said, I ain't never seen no nigga with dreads and this type of hat on before. Yeah, man. There might be some shit to this.
Yo.
And that's when I said, oh, he not broke no more. That's what I said in my head. I said in my head, I thought, oh, he made it. Because he got this hat on. Yeah. And then I got older and said, oh, broke niggas be wearing that hat too. What about you? What about you, Sean? Like, what about, like, I know how they chose media or, the writing medium. What being from Brooklyn, seeing hip hop, seeing what everybody else was doing, what made you say, "Oh, I'm gonna write"?
It was actually by accident. I went to Baruch, and anybody who goes or knows about Baruch College,
I had to take a class there. Not on
you don't
purpose.
go there for anything creative.
No, not on purpose.
No, you don't go there for
part of my
it's
program.
all accounting. You there to make money. You learn to make
part
money.
of my program. They put me through.
Communications program.
They told me
It wasn't that. It wasn't
They told
that.
me you
It
got to
wasn't
take
that
this or you will go to jail.
So you have to take all these prerequisites courses and all the other good shit. So in the midst of me doing that, I'm taking these English courses and I'm bullshitting papers. Like if my class was at 9 o'clock, I was up at 5 o'clock banging out a 5-page paper and handing it in and getting an A for it. I was even writing papers for classmates and making money on the side like that. So I would just
Leave no
going
child
through the
behind.
motions. Yep. Whatever.
Each one teach one.
Wash the face.
Yeah.
So I wasn't paying no mind to professors telling me, you have a knack for this. I was really lost. I had no idea what I wanted to do, honestly. And then I took a music appreciation course, and the midterm was a 15-page paper. Did the same procrastinating bullshit. Banged a 15-page paper out, handed it in thinking I was good. I got a C-, but the professor wrote on it, "You're a great off-the-cuff writer. Now get some sources and you'll be a great writer."
Oh.
So that's when I switched up.
Stop bullshitting.
It's kind of like when the writer said Duck Matthews will be a great writer when he experiences his first heartbreak, and then Duck said, "I'm on my way to being a great writer."
I'm on my way.
Today is also my last day as a 5 heartbeat.
This nigga. So I switched up my major, went to journalism, did internship courses. So I had to choose my internship, and I couldn't pick one. Source wasn't picking up my phone calls. Vibe wasn't. I was this close to doing
Thank
Vibe.
God.
I was this close to doing Vibe. No. I was this close to doing Vibe. Funny enough, XXL wasn't responding, and this was before me knowing that King and XXL shared the same floor, and I had to pick my internship, or else my professor was gonna pick it for me. It was either gonna be me picking something, or I think CBS Radio in Jersey, because I also said
These are
radio.
like terrible choices, by the way.
No, I mean, look.
CBS Radio is not terrible.
No,
not terrible,
I know.
but I wanted to do
It was sarcasm.
Oh, sarcasm.
No, but
Much like it was with you, and your tedious job of having to pick the hottest women, laborious even.
How much research you have to do?
So much.
I was down to my
research
last
is
day
crazy.
to pick an internship, or else they're gonna choose it for me. I'm in a magazine shop around the corner from Baruch, and I see the second issue of King with Gabrielle Union on the cover. So now the quick backstory for me is I grew up looking at my father's magazine collection.
Not the skinny mags, not the nudie mags.
Right, exactly. The skinny mags. I liked them, but I knew they didn't speak to me. It was lifestyle. I liked what they were showing, but I knew it just didn't speak to me because I wasn't the demo. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So when I look at the Gabby issue, and I'm looking through it, and I'm like, this speaks to me. And I looked at the masthead. There was no intern. I immediately hit them up, and Patricia DeLuca, first managing editor, she hit me up immediately, and that was it. Did an interview.
How you tell your mom though that she just do internships though?
Oh,
So what you doing for intern?
Look what we doing, mom.
Right.
No,
about
she was
ass.
pissed. She was mad.
pissed?
She was mad because she wanted me to do like New York Times and shit
They
like
all-
that.
they all
I
did.
mean, but
I dealt with the same thing at XXL.
But when she
rappity rap.
Parents think that shit is so easy. My dad used to be like, "What you doing a podcast for? If you're gonna do this, you might as well be on Breakfast Club." I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, that's how it goes."
that's exactly how it goes.
And then when as soon as he seen like Charlamagne posted me and stuff, he was like, "You see, just ask him." I'm like, yeah, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him for his seat on the 3-man radio.
I
Yeah.
didn't think of that
simple.
either, too. Like, if that was possible,
Thanks,
I should've thought
Dad.
about that.
Thanks
Yeah,
for believing in me.
But the interview I did, it was funny. It was late at night. It was after class. I had nothing but like the same bullshit papers that I was bullshitting because I never worked at a school paper or anything else like that. So I had these graded A papers, giving it to Patricia, like, hey, look at my writing. And Datwon rolled in, and I always cracked the joke. Remember, what was it, Mr. Rockefeller? When Kanye was like, when he first met Jay-Z,
Yeah.
and how he came in, he had a Gucci bucket hat, he thought he was fly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this nigga did.
He had the game with the Gucci bucket day?
Yo, I'm talking, I'm like, he rolls
Gucci
in.
bucket day?
I think it was a visor.
No, whatever.
The visor.
Whatever.
It
He
wasn't a full
rolled
bucket.
in.
It wasn't a full bucket.
No, he rolled in because he was about to do a red eye to go shoot Claudette Ortiz from City High. And that was a fire issue.
We remember Claudette Ortiz.
How could we forget?
So he
Mercy.
comes in with his Gucci bucket hat. He thinks he's fly, and I'm giving him these papers that I bullshitted, and he's looking at it. He's like, yeah. Oh wait, you went to Baruch? Yeah, I went to Baruch. Oh, you used to fuck with you still fuck with the radio station over there, WBMB? Yeah, I used to fuck with I used to do it. And then he asked, who's your favorite artist? And I said Tribe, and he was like, it was a rap.
Oh,
Like,
damn.
yeah.
You,
And that
you
was
can't
it.
get a better answer than that
I
one,
was
Dave.
like, that was a rap.
Holy.
But this is the one. This is the part you forgot though. Is one more.
What was-
that you said?
what?
New York Public Library.
Oh, right, and I also worked at the New York Public Library. So basically,
That's
our lives were
That's
parallel.
impressive.
I'm from
all four of those things lined up.
Yeah.
I just
And you was from Brooklyn.
And I'm from Brooklyn.
And you was from
So
Brooklyn.
I was like, oh yeah, we
Put
got
that
him.
back in the middle.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, we got him. Let's go.
And then it was a rap, and
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I want to know.
Scrap.
I was young
Young
scrap.
scrap.
So
I want to know more about these asses.
Well, before we even get to the asses,
Why?
right?
Where
if
we
get
going?
to the asses,
Where are you going?
I want to ask.
Can't avoid that.
Who did y'all piss off the most with King Magazine? Right, like, because there has to be
Girls
whenever
with no,
black
girls
people.
with no asses. No.
Obviously, we knew we pissed them off, but obviously,
still
you know,
pissed.
you come into a space that has like FHM, Maxim, these very white spaces. You're coming in super black, super hip hop, promoting black women. What magazines were you getting the most pushback from? Where they were like, "Oh, what are y'all doing here?"
It wasn't magazine.
I don't think it was necessarily
Okay.
magazines, but I will say that some of them started reaching out. You know, like in the early days, they wanted to see what we were about. Like FHM and Maxim. I remember one time one of the editors from Maxim reached out and was like, "Good luck to y'all." And I was like, "What?" Like I didn't know if it was cool.
it wasn't
or if
cool.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
you know
cool.
what I'm
It
Should
saying?
have mailed him a
It wasn't
Frank.
cool.
It was like, yo, what
Condescending.
you
Should've
doing?
mailed him a
Yeah,
Frank.
Good luck to y'all.
With the water.
With the water.
With the water on the side.
What's that? Suck my dick. Hey, Datwon, I have this hot dog that you sent with the water. What does it mean? Suck my dick.
Take it.
So
Drink
yeah,
it,
so it was that, but to be honest, man, I don't know if people really saw us coming like that. Like
didn't.
They didn't see like how much of a
didn't.
juggernaut we were going to be because
They didn't see the culture,
They
man.
didn't see the
They didn't. That's the
culture.
problem.
They didn't know
see-
it.
Like
They
it was.
didn't know it.
That's why,
Yeah.
like he said, like again, like you think it was just some fly by night. Oh, we just gonna put hot girls in there. It's gonna
That
work.
was the
Like
difference
what did he
back
say?
then.
The first thing he said was like he checked the research. Like yo, they were asking for this. It's almost like look. It's like
They
the
gave
Steve-
you a law.
It's the Steve Jobs thing, right? It's like they in business 101 is supply and demand, right? But then there's a next level which is Steve Jobs joint. Like we all wanted a camera, we all wanted a phone, we all wanted internet.
Let me put it all
Nobody
in one.
ever said I need all of these things in one device until Steve Jobs gave it to you. Now you can't live without it. That's next level. That's what they did, really. You know what I'm
He
saying?
did his market research while you was still at the other company.
Right.
Got everything out, and then it's like y'all don't
But
want to do
also
this.
Y'all
But
don't,
it's-
like, look, it's
They're,
right
they're
here.
showing
like-
y'all what
it's
to do.
the-
I'm not asking to be the boss of this shit. Just let me lead the niggas.
I was
to the-
asking to be the
no,
boss
no,
of
but,
this shit.
but,
But I'm
no,
just
but,
saying,
but
I'm
you
just
know what I'm saying? Like,
But no, you're absolutely
you want
right,
the owner
though.
of that company, so it's like, look,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
run this, but let's
Yep,
do
yep.
it. And they're like, no, it's
No.
like, but your people are saying they want to see this number one over all your shit.
Right.
So you don't want to do it.
And the numbers, and you know what? A lot of times in that industry, especially back then, it was going by emotion. It was going by like, oh, what they may have seen.
Yep.
Like, oh, this company's doing this over here, so let's do that. It just so happened.
That's what happens when you don't have a finger on the pulse of the
That's
culture.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. What he did was not only did he have the business research, he also he was outside. He knew what was up. He knew what was going on. He knew what the people wanted. He knew what people were talking about, and he
outside,
brought those two worlds together. And that's why it's like when you get like culture guys in positions of suits, you know what I'm saying? That's when we get real product.
Get the shit. That's when you get the real shit
That's when
done.
you get the real shit.
It's like
oh, go ahead.
Like yesterday, which is not off subject, but really on subject. Yesterday, I posted on my Twitter, which I don't go on Twitter, and I was like,
I seen it.
I was like, these execs, these so-called execs, these labels don't even know what A&R stands for. And
You say they can't even spell A.
no, they just don't know what the word A and the word R, what it stands for. People, artist relations, like, no, you don't even know what this shit stands for, but
that's
you're the
what you
VP.
Yeah.
Right.
So in that sense, it's like, you don't even know what the hell you're doing. But when you get the real in there, and they got to dress up a little different, you know,
that was
they
the funny
switch it
part
up.
when we have
Then
people
it's like,
telling us about our shit. Like, we understand you're the magazine expert, or you've been doing this for X amount of years,
We
but you
got the
can't
culture.
tell us what's
but you're not
going on
outside. You're not
You're not
somewhere that we
telling us
are.
outside.
Yeah.
We go. Not only do we go to y'all office during the day, but we got to go back home at night.
Exactly.
And that's where everybody. That's where the love is at. In this building, y'all don't really know nothing. Y'all put some shit together. It's cool.
I'm telling you, man. Culture is we call it what, the nigga Avengers.
The nigga Avengers.
Like we talk about, like, you know, we talk about like Jermaine Hall, right, and these people that were with us, like even like Scoop Jackson, like the reason, like
Oh, Scoop was with y'all?
Scoop was the
Scoop was
OG.
he was the coach. He was
Scoop
the coach at
I didn't know
Scoop was
that.
the first person I saw, right? And I used to read Scoop before I met him.
Same,
Right.
yeah.
So I'm
Slam.
interning, like, I'm interning, and Scoop Jackson's walking through the building. It's like Shaft walking through the building.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, this nigga walked through, I hear him, like, man, you know what I'm saying? I hear like it's got theme music and shit. I'm like, it's fucking Scoop Jackson
And
from
he was
Chicago.
always throwing out gems.
He
He's a gym
and
machine.
super cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm super cool.
That's how I got cool with Sean. Like, me and Sean and being like, Sean tell you, like, I was like, nigga, you know who you are, nigga?
Right.
You talking to me like, nah, nigga, you know who you are.
Bruh.
And I had that same moment with
Love
all
that,
three.
man.
I'm like,
I love that.
y'all niggas acting like, what's up, little nigga? Nah, you know who you are, big nigga. And it's like, to see that shit, and like this, to me, this means a lot because we get to give y'all flowers.
No, we appreciate it.
You know what I mean? And it's like, the shit ain't there no more. It's just not the same no more. Like,
because of the internet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Podcast
I
is the
said
new
this- I said
magazine
this
and it's
yesterday.
stupid.
Everybody bit off y'all
iCandy-
platform and
iCandy
went in
King
another
Mag-
way.
And my thing is, I don't even look at that like, oh, they bit off of us. They owe us. I'm like, yo, look what we like. Yo, King Magazine, Eye Candy, and Double XL. We made it cool for curvy women. Like brown, Latino, black women were not getting the props they are getting now. Like the IG model, the descendants are the Eye Candy and King model.
But that's the only reason why I say they bit off y'all, because they just don't. They don't even know. These kids out here don't know, and that's why I'm like, yo,
this is 20 years
they
ago.
thinking they started the wave.
This is the other layer. The fact that we can say that because we took it to another level. I feel like Black Men Magazine was out before us.
Mm-hmm.
They also had something called Ebony Man, even though they used to put men on the cover, they still had women inside. Jet Beauty of the Week, all that good stuff. All of those things were there, but they didn't add the other elements that make it cool.
Son, you gave
that
them a
we did.
platform to
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
not just the ass. We gonna say where
Here we
you
go.
from, what you like, what you doing,
Exactly.
what
It goes deep. Give 'em a
somebody
book,
was to
give 'em a
date
book.
you.
Real
all that-
interviews, bro.
nobody.
Who's giving these real interviews?
They was just figures, and it's like, yo,
Thank
that's
you.
all y'all are, and it's like
Thank
y'all
you.
took it to another
Even like,
level.
We
That's
all
just
grew up on Jet Beauty, right? But I mean, like, what was it? A quote?
It was
It
one
was
quote.
maybe-
and
Maybe a
stats.
quote.
it was
Yeah,
it was like
quote and stats.
it was like
her height.
it was
I
like
like
your
horseback
height,
riding.
her weight, Maryland,
Like,
height, weight, Maryland,
Yeah.
and
We were
I like
talking about
long walks on the beach.
Like, you would never
Was that-
when we wound up doing the Eye Candy magazine, I wound up making Melissa Ford the cover.
Bet
right?
you did.
Sure did.
But,
White and black.
but because
That was crazy.
Thank you.
No, but here's the thing though, right?
She needs to thank
No, but look
you.
what I did though, right? Because I was like, yo,
Once again,
what we're doing
I know I'm
is,
straight.
I understand. Look, I understand. I'm a commerce guy. I get TNA. I get what that does. I understand fit the vitamin into the ice cream, all of that. I'm like, yo, we're gonna make this shit sexy as fuck. I'm pouring honey on girls, Esther Baxter, all of this shit.
Esther
Baxter.
might have been the one for me.
Right?
She gave her
That
cover,
right
too.
there.
Right.
that Vita Guerrero one, I still don't
Vita,
forget
we
what
haven't-
it is.
Esther with the
With the
Esther
sweat.
was the-
Real story. Hold on.
Esther
real,
was the honey.
This is the
Vita,
quickest.
holy shit.
This is the quickest quick story for that. You just said Vita.
Yeah.
I'm in Cali. I'm on set producing now. I get hit. Yo, there's somebody here. They said that you put their wife on the cover 20 years ago. I was like, what? I'm like, who? I'm going through. I'm like,
Which one?
yeah, exactly. Dude comes up. It's my man Josh, her husband, Vita's husband.
Vita's married?
Yes.
I don't ever want to talk
He's
about
like,
her.
yo, much love.
Feel betrayed.
But think about it
But she
though.
was never on the cover.
But one time.
She was on the cover. Nah, Vita was on.
No,
Vita
we
was
did
on
it.
the
Remember
cover.
with the, caution tape.
Cause
My bad. Yes, I was.
And then that's the one. And then it had the spread on the inside. Yeah.
Wait, okay.
I remember that one, motherfucker.
My bad.
And you know what? That's a first. Sean usually tells me.
Yeah.
That's the first time that ever happened.
Sean
just now.
remember
You
cover.
Sean got
bugging
all
out.
of them.
I know the cover.
That's the first time that ever happened.
I'm usually Rain Man with this shit.
Let me ask this.
Esther with with the honey though. That right there.
I do want to make sure. Like I said, we're here. We're niggas, and we're gonna enjoy this.
No, I'm saying, but the point I was making, I was saying, I was like, the reason why I put her on the cover with, and I put
Melissa.
her with Melissa. I put her on the cover with Chris X. Right, because Chris, anybody familiar with Chris X? Chris is one of the nastiest writers of all time. He's a brilliant dude, right? So I was like, I need to put, because I also know Mrs. Wow smart. Yeah. But again, she has such a voluptuous body and she's so sick with behind the camera. She doesn't really get the opportunity to show how smart she is. Like other than when she did Black Carpet, right? For BET. Yep. So I was like, yo, we're not even doing a story. I was like, I want you to sit down with her and have a conversation. Yeah. And they're gonna have the illest conversation. And like, you wouldn't open up a magazine and think that you're gonna have a really smart black man and a voluptuous model matching minds like that. And I'm like, nah, but this is why Playboy was one of the illest magazines outside of the nudity. You know what I'm saying?
Because the lifestyle they put behind it.
And Hugh Hefner loved King.
Because you're gonna open up Playboy.
Say that again. Go ahead. Say that again.
Hugh Hefner loved King.
That's fine.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like you got the lifestyle part of it, man. Like again, black people not a monolith. These models, they are not monoliths. Also, yeah, they born like Jessica Rabbit, right? Who framed Roger Rabbit? She's like, I was just drawn like this.
Right.
I didn't make myself like this. I'm just drawn like this.
Right.
Which perpetuates the stereotype and it goes all the way through. And that's a cartoon.
Facts.
Like, if you think
Exactly.
What y'all did to me in my eyes is y'all gave. I mean, I was so young that it was kind of far fetched for me to have those women in my life because I was just so young.
Right.
But y'all gave men, especially like black men, the image of I can actually. Oh, I know what she likes. Oh, I know what she does on the weekends.
I can have a conversation.
If I run into her, I know she likes horseback riding. I know her favorite food. Maybe she'll give me the opportunity to take out because I know so much about her. Unlike the Jets and all that would just give you the 1-2. You meet her, you like, oh, you was on Jet. Yeah. You can't even spit at a girl like that. You spit at a girl stuff she might not even know you know. Like, yo, I like sushi. What you like? Oh, my favorite food is sushi. But you knew that.
And jumping on that.
I like my fish. I like my fish raw too.
And jumping on that, the one thing that I loved about finding things out about them was like the things that they wanted to do on the business side, the things they wanted to do.
That was really dope.
And like you would be like, what? You just don't want to take a picture.
Y'all were IG before IG.
Exactly.
Because on IG now, I'll call my game out. I go get to know your whole IG before I even shoot at you in the DMs. I want to know if you like this or you like. You do your research. And I go through your pictures and I feel like I know you more. Then I might know I don't even have to DM you because I know I'm gonna see you at this party. I saw you last week. I'm gonna go to the same party. You're gonna be there. Then I go see you.
That's kind of stalkerish, bro.
No, it's not.
Sean, I did that when we was at Terrell and you congratulated me.
That's what it is.
It's not a stalker if she go on a date. Now if you behind the bush.
He said it's not a stalker if she go on a date.
If you behind the bush, like yo, you like yo, I know she lived there. But I'm saying if I know that you like horseback riding, I know that I go down 17 weeks ago and you was skydiving. It's like yo,
my man coming through with equestrian boots. Man.
Yeah, you good.
Coming to club with a
like yeah.
I'm like, who else? She's like, what's up with those boots? Funny thing. My horses.
These little things.
These are horses.
These right here. Ching ching.
But like, yo, then they got the Jordan 1s with the spur on the back. Let me add. I want to add this.
And it be the little things just like that. That it's like, yo, you knew that.
I want to make sure.
Yo,
like I said, this is a full encompassing conversation. So we got to ask all sides. One thing that really started getting my mind, once I had this in 2015, 2016, after I went on the Grapevine, I started having some like real. I don't want to say woke, but I was more enlightened. I'm like, I'm listening to what our women are saying. I'm listening to what the marginalized people in our community are saying, right? And so now when I look at kind of like, and obviously everybody does with the rose tinted glasses, like now you kind of look back on everything, you're like, what the fuck, we was doing that? So I guess my question is, if there was ever a moment, if there wasn't a moment before, when was there a moment that these women became human to you and not just eye candy? Per se.
I think from jump for me.
Right, for me.
That was the
point. That was the whole point.
Right. And to be honest, like that's why a lot of people fucked with us. To be honest, because our reputation really preceded us. Because there's a lot of people that was around when we were around, like other magazines and stuff, and they had shitty reputations because they were dogs. They were assholes. They never treated the people that they were working with
like people.
as people that they're working with. Right. You know, they took advantage of their
Absolutely.
fucking.
They took their job. They took their job title and they put it
They
over
ran
them.
with it. You can tell that they never bagged a chick ever in their goddamn life.
That's
And
the
they
whole.
use this
That's
as
the
another
real
thing,
thing.
Too.
That's-
You gotta first of all, if you're gonna be around pretty women,
You gotta hold your composure. Your shit gotta be
gotta know
straight.
how to act
No, you
around
gotta
people.
you gotta act like you're not there just because they pretty.
Right.
You gotta act like there's something
It's more
other
than
to
that.
them than just their
And
prettiness.
they gotta know that what you add to the table is gonna boost whatever they got going on.
Right.
Because if it's just like
that's a fact.
I'm a nigga in the room and you look good, it's like and you looking at it like that. It's
You know what's so
quiet.
dope about that concept? We never really had that conversation of like, yo, nobody mess with the women.
No,
We never had that.
No,
Like, we
well, how
didn't
did you
even
keep?
have
But
that.
also, I guess my question is
nobody
because
messed-
literally, no, I never heard, and you know, especially with everything that came out.
All right, I have one story. I will say this. Wait, let me just throw this one in there.
Y'all could
No, no,
not.
no, 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 no,
Y'all
no,
could
no,
not
no,
tell
no,
me.
no, no,
Y'all
no,
are
no,
three.
no, no.
This is where we're
Before you
at.
say that,
This is where we're
y'all
at.
are three niggas from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. Y'all got. I
We were the
know.
only
One story.
I know.
We were the only
Y'all was Atlantic.
Somebody, if not one,
Y'all got the
One story.
Yo, Brooklyn
somebody
niggas.
said,
One story. all
"Let
right?
me see the cookie jar."
So this is
No,
so,
it was offered. There's no nothing. We Brooklyn niggas. Shit has just come to us.
Somebody said we're not supposed to do this, but
So in the beginning, all I was doing was just writing reviews. I wasn't even
Bet you were.
interviewing the models
I
or
bet
anything.
you
I wasn't
fucking
even
were.
doing that.
Right,
And
the shit out of
then
them reviews.
and then I was happy. I was good to do that. And then they came up with
what were you reviewing? What were you reviewing?
Just albums,
Okay,
albums,
okay.
DVDs.
Oh, the album review. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then they came up with Web Girl, which is like King's version of eye candy in a sense, and it's pretty
That
much
was
simple.
later. That was later.
Well,
In a
actually,
sense.
it was more
You had
about
mad cover stories before that. Web Girl was
No, I
good.
didn't. I didn't have mad cover.
Web girl?
For
You
me,
didn't?
my first cover story was Melissa.
No, not even covers, but you was doing other stuff.
Yeah, you was
before
had
Web Girl.
features. You had way bigger pieces than Web Girl.
That's what I'm talking about.
I had
In the-
one
in the- yeah,
major.
just
What's going on with y'all?
Yeah, he's bugging right now.
Look,
He's bugging
hold on,
right
I know,
now.
but I just know this. Look, Web Girl came about, and originally it was Tigger that was supposed to. No, Black Spot started it,
Yep.
and then he couldn't do it anymore, and then they gave it to Tigger, and I just edited his shit, and I love Tigger, but the nigga can't write. So
You freestyle.
one.
Can't do that shit either.
I'm on the radio.
So I started. No, I mean, it's all love. Because I just ripped his shit apart, and just ended up being my section. So there was one girl.
So you saying you should have been in the
We also
basement?
ghostwrite for a lot of rappers too, though.
Yeah. I ended up interviewing this girl and choosing this girl. I'm not gonna name her name, but she was bad as
Off camera,
shit.
please.
No, off camera, sure,
Okay.
but no, she was bad as shit.
Funny thing, these cameras just turned off.
That's fine. That's right. And then I'm talking to her on the phone doing an interview, and the way that she was flirting with me, I was gassed. I thought like, oh shit. When I go down to Miami,
stupid ass-
shut up. Listen.
I've never heard this.
Listen. I went down. We were going down to Miami for.
scared.
I know
I'm so
me too.
scared. I'm so
Wait,
scared.
we were going.
so scared.
Shut up. We
They
were going down to
trying to think.
Miami. We going down to Miami for. I
Okay.
think it was what was it? We were shooting Christina Milian, and it was also the weekend of the VMAs.
Have
So it
mercy.
was a crazy ass
Have
weekend.
mercy. Wow.
So the way that this girl was talking to me, I thought she was gonna fuck me 20 times during the entire time. So I was kind of like, okay, this might just go down. I went there. She happens like I'm already at your hotel room. So I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm at your hotel. I'm like, okay. She's not in my room though. All right, cool. But she's in somebody else's room, and he smashed. I was pissed that entire weekend.
Why you
and
ain't-
Datwon
whoa,
saw it.
whoa.
No.
Hold up. Why you ain't still smashed though?
No.
Because
No,
I
when you
wasn't.
the big
No,
man
because
that
I
go
wasn't.
after- no.
No, because I wasn't. The person
wasn't
that
the first.
No, the person that she ended up smashing was a high profile. I'm not. I'm just a little.
Even
nigga.
more reason why you should have smashed.
But whatever. But I was pissed and I was hurt. And Datwon saw this.
Nigga said I was hurt.
I was hurt. I was hurt. That's right. I
Yo.
don't give a fuck. I was hurt. And Datwon was like, "Yo, what's wrong with you?"
You told
Like,
Day too?
Yeah, I told
I'd have
Day.
never told Day.
I told
ate that
Day.
like a mother.
I
I'd
told
have never
Day.
told Day.
But they said no.
What do they pop
No,
out?
but they said seriously, and on some real shit, like, yo, honestly, what's gonna make you stand out? What's gonna make you stand out with the people that you working with? If they get hollered at 20 times a day, how you gonna stand out? Just be about your business. That's it. Just
that-
be about
and
your
then
business.
He said that in a
Be-
Gucci visor.
Yo. And then after that,
Be about
you
your
started
business.
getting all the pussy. Because you were after that, that's when you started getting all the.
That's Miami. He had the bucket. He had the bucket.
He said, and
Full
from
bucket.
that day,
Bonsu.
The visor from office.
he said, and from
I
that
was
day
like, no.
forward, I was getting
And after
all
that,
the
I was
shit.
like, no, I'm not gonna shit where I eat. Now, if anything happens, whatever happens, it happens after the fact. But no casting couch, no shit like that.
Nah, we didn't have that.
We never did all that.
Nah, we ain't do
And
none
it
of
goes
that.
into what we're saying. Like,
Never no casting couch, kid. There was no casting couch.
Never no casting couch.
Never no casting
Nobody
couch.
goes into what we're saying. It goes
I
into what we're
wish
saying.
y'all was in this room right now because niggas is talking like it.
But it goes into what we're
Not
saying
that short,
about
please, not that short.
On some real shit. Like we never, like, look, we were joking, right? Before we even started, we're like, yo, 20 years in, ain't one girl
Never.
ever. Like I did eye candy every single month for like 5-6 years, every single month, right? Numerous homegirls, blah blah blah. Nobody ever said I bought something to anybody. Like nobody ever got an eye candy because I smashed or nothing like that. Like never none of that. You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely believe you.
Never.
1,000%
You know
what you just said.
Yeah.
But what I will say,
even this dude was cracking jokes on me on the side when like the Me Too movie was kicking in. He was like, "Yo, Sean, I don't want to ever hear your voice."
Because it's
like, nigga, you'll never hear
because it's not
my
necessary.
name.
Because my thing is,
you there already. You there already, bro.
Yo, it's the dudes, and I mean, I feel like it's in life, yo. If you're a dude who like uses something against a woman to get something, you know what I'm saying? Like you're a whack person.
You're a bozo.
You're a whack
Son,
dude.
I just said this on the podcast like 2 weeks ago. I was like, yo, look, all this money and all this chains and all this cars, if you don't know how to properly talk to a person in general, that shit ain't gonna get you far. Will you get the pussy? Sometimes, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, but
you every time you hit, you're gonna be whacked 4 other times. Like, what's the point of that?
You're whack. You whack.
You hit once and you're gonna be whacked 4 other times.
You're whack
What's the
every
point?
time
You're a
because
whack
in that
person.
group chat,
Your
she's like,
average is
yo,
a whack person.
this nigga is corny as shit, but he buys me bags and he takes me on trips and he does it. I don't ever want to be that nigga ever.
Never,
Please don't have me save his bag, nigga.
Never, ever. You know what I'm saying?
Because I pick up the pieces. When the corny niggas don't do what they supposed to do, I'm the real nigga that's going to bring you back down. Look, I'm not doing these bags. We not doing these bags. We not doing these trips.
As soon as you get done being love bombed, come over here.
I'm here. I'm
get
here,
this love
baby.
parachute,
Because he's not. He don't even know himself.
Yeah, because we jumping out of plane. We're jumping out of fucking plane.
This athlete or whatever, this rapper, he don't even know himself. And you giving him cheeks. I'm gonna let you know all about me. I know me, baby.
I'm not gonna let you know about me, but that doesn't mean
I'm gonna let you know.
Just because you
That's
are
love
hitting
we love bombers.
Just because you're hitting the baseball.
That wasn't
player.
love bombing.
That was love bombing.
No, that was
You
not.
said I'm gonna let you know about me.
No, I said I'm gonna let you know about me, myself, like who I am. I know.
I'm telling you what Tretchy said.
I don't care about. She's not on this episode. That was last week. We saw what this week. I'm gonna let you know about me and who I am, and I know myself, and I don't have to do all that shit to get you. And if you want that, I'm just not for you.
It's just.
Wait, Bonsu, what you said?
It was different
It's also not feasible.
And you know what's even flyer though? You know what's even flyer though? Is when a badass girl who doesn't have the credentials to be a king model or eye candy model is throwing it at you, and you like,
That's different.
that's fly.
Don't work harder, work smarter.
That's fly.
Okay, that's fire.
That's fly.
Not gonna lie to you. I worked all my life to be that guy.
And also,
You thought you had a chance with me?
also, when you get into those rooms and those eye candy models come to you, oh, what's up? Just that alone,
Just being regular.
just having those type of friends.
Right
I learned this
there.
I learned this at a later age that having girls that are just your friends that are bad gets you so much more. It gets you so much more.
So we had Biggie, right? We had this other spot. We had this other spot we used to go
that's
to.
done.
Right?
That's
That's
right.
why I said it. We had this other spot we used to go to, right? And every time me and Ryan would be there together, one of us there, all the bad joints there. Both of us together. Remember when we did the watch parties? Me and Ryan, we sitting on.
I live in Los Angeles now, so one phone call.
Ryan's sitting on that side of the couch. I'm sitting on this side of the couch.
They did.
And the whole row is all of our homegirls.
It looked like,
and they just bad. And they
I'll be real
some of
shit,
them
it
work
looked like
regular
King.
jobs.
It looked like King magazine.
Like we was, and niggas just kept coming up to us. Remember, that nigga came up. He was like, "This how y'all live?" And we just looked up. We like, nigga, we wasn't even talking.
Somebody came up to me and said, "Yo, I've been following her for years, bro. I didn't even know she was real."
Wow,
That's crazy.
I said, "Yo, bro, this is my friend." I said, "Say hi, bro. Just don't look weird in the corner." Niggas is really like this. I'm like, "Yo, bro, these is real. They're real, and the baddest ones actually be really nice people, bro.
They're geeks.
Like the girls used to come up to the office to just kick it. Like I was at a casting down there. I would say, "What's up?" You know, right? girls used to come to the office and just
I'm
kick
about
it.
to say,
right?
You could walk by B's area, you'll have somebody insanely popular, bad, just there. They over there kicking.
It's the hat.
This dude
It's the hat.
It was the hat.
on the regular. You see the visitation list. It was remember the list that
Son, yeah.
Sarita used to have up front. You just see the
It's just a who's
signatures
who.
will be crazy. You know they was bad because their signature was bad.
Yeah, but
Signature was
Yeah, I
just
take-
signature was just as thick as them.
So
You
in
be
that,
like,
right, which I think in that, right, because we got to do a service to everyone listening. So in that, with obviously you guys held a moral high ground. Obviously you guys had morals and principles in that.
Of course.
Some of the pushback that we hear about today, and some of the women that have body issues or the way they view themselves, self-esteem issues. Some of them source that. Some of our women source that back to like King, where it started. Right? Obviously, there's social media today, but some women who are older are like, well, that was happening in King. To that, what do y'all say?
What
Wait,
I
I'm
say
confused.
a lot of times is the fact that we were glorifying black beauty. We were looking like nobody really wanted y'all on their covers. Sports Illustrated
Fashion
didn't want you.
or runways.
Or runways. They didn't want to, promote that. But now they got Megan Thee Stallion on their cover.
Right.
So were we wrong for that? To show light and to say, hey,
You can't
this
even
is
see Megan frontwards anymore.
can't. Everything is
McDonald's commercials and she's twerking with the Big Mac next to her. Like, I mean, like,
you know
think
what I'm
about
saying?
that.
Like,
They didn't even want girls with asses before.
We didn't
Very
do
nigga
it. We didn't do it to where it was like everybody got to be like this. We're showing love to women that we love as well, and the ones that aren't shown as much. And it opened up careers
And
for
the
a lot of
creative
them to do things other than be sexy. A lot of them went into training
Like
stuff. A lot of them
Jamal,
opened up businesses. A lot of them went into entertainment. Yeah,
Couture was it?
Y'all gave them the platform not to just be the beautiful face with beautiful body. You gave them a platform to open up other lanes in their world that they
Automatic.
really wanted to do. Like you said, they was drawn like that. That's the way they was. That's the way they was born.
Yo,
But they got more features than that.
Another thing, Dave, is that they were like we had. Oh my bad, I lost a point.
No. Go ahead.
We what I was saying was we have like there was a point where women were not I'm gonna say
Celebrated.
not celebrated, right? They were what's the word? I'm losing the words. Y'all edit this out, right?
Not
No, we're gonna leave it right here. That's not right in this podcasting.
not necessarily disrespect. You don't mean it in that way.
Praised.
No, the thing was, is it objectified? We would get credit for being
There we
objectified,
go.
right? But a point that they didn't point on is like a lot of the creative collaborations were discussed with the models.
Oh, yeah.
they were,
We
but
talked with
they
them.
were a big part of the.
Their styles
I'll give you a
teams.
perfect example.
Yep.
I'll give you a perfect
Yeah.
example. Malaya, right? Right?
My lord.
Escalade.
Right?
My
Right?
lord.
Everybody's familiar with Malaya, right?
Sure.
Okay,
Sure
all right,
is.
bruh. So I'm shooting Malaya for iKing.
Took 10 of my dollars.
We had her first though.
We
had her.
yeah, y'all definitely.
On the magazine.
That was my
On the magazine, magazine.
On the magazine.
On the mag.
That was the thing too. Right? That was the thing too.
No, we had a healthy competition too.
Healthy
So.
competition. And B was a one man army too. So
No,
he was going crazy.
but the thing is though, I could only shoot with my left hand. They could get actresses, they could get models. I could only do video girls.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So if it was a bad girl in a movie or a bad girl
can't even touch it.
in a Calvin Klein ad, like they all over it.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, but did she do Ludacris's video?
Right.
I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't.
But she
I
was a
can't touch it.
Ludalac.
So what video? What? No.
So Malaya, right? So they got Malaya, right? Then I think
We only did.
she started doing videos after she was with y'all, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
shot,
after.
no,
After.
yeah.
After.
Because I picked her, and they were
From
like,
where? Where'd you discover Malaya?
I found her from my man who was doing her.
Move closer to the mic.
Sorry, my man was doing her pictures in Detroit. Shout outs to Tori and
they would just send us-
I Candy
they would
model.
send us pictures all the
So
time.
I saw her and I was like, "Yo, she's bad," and we got to do a feature because normally I would just have her like as a web girl, and I showed them the picture. They were like, "All right, we're gonna get
Now
her a feature."
again, to Sean's credit now, right? Now, think about this, right? Malaya was not only just a model, Malaya was a stripper who wanted to model.
Right.
So Sean really just gave her
Shout
a
out to
platform.
Inspirations.
Sean basically gave her a platform, right? So they shoot Malaya. Malaya's on fire. Malaya's on fire right now.
And that was her
No
website.
pun
And
intended.
then she jumps into
website?
she jumps in some video. I forget what video it was because I know she did something before the Ye video. But anyway, she jumps in the video and I get a chance to shoot her. So we like, yo, we want to do something, just something like juicy. Because we keep saying like the theme is juicy because she's so thick. So we just got a bunch of fruit. So we're like, we thinking maybe, she'll squeeze some berries on her, whatever, like, eat it, maybe seductive. Bruh, we had a grape. We had a vine of grapes, right? Hanging from from not from the ceiling, but from a platform, right? So we're like, we just play with it, be seductive. Malaya goes up to the grapes, drops to her knees, starts sucking on the bottom of the grapes and moaning. The whole shoot is like,
Everybody's. I know that had to be a crazy shoot, bro.
yo, women, son, women. Can you see? You can see it, Ryan. Mouse, can you see it? Son, the entire set, men, women, white, black, froze. Like, I think it was Keith Major's shoot. I think it was Keith Major. I'm pretty sure it was Keith Major shooting it. Jeez. And we just froze, and she got entranced. She sucked on those grapes for like 2 minutes straight, moaning.
All I would have needed was 2 minutes. Would have been a bus grape. Would have been great. Would have been a lot of Welch's
It'd have been some wine. It'd have been some wine on the
Would have been wine, grape juice, prune juice,
and Welch's grape. Bruh. Yo, my point is like, this wasn't like, and when it came, and I mean, you can go look at it now. Whatever final issue that Malaya's in, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about and understand the visual.
I'm gonna go find it.
If we were actually filming shoots back then,
somebody was.
It would have been viral 100 million times. Like,
oh, our listeners will find it. They'll
but they didn't be like, oh, look what y'all making her do. We were like,
we collaborated with them.
That was her idea. Nobody ever said get on your knees.
I won't say probably. Y'all was the first to actually give them a chance to do something that they wanted to do.
They wanted the platform. They wanted to show off their sexuality. They wanted to be embraced because they never had a place where they could do that.
Especially the girls in the videos, because it was just like, yo, stand right there, dance while he raps. Get on that pole, do this. There's no like, nah, but I think if I danced this way with him, it would look better. There was never no opinionated nothing on themselves.
We got some incredible direction from a lot of them. One in particular, even though she's like the biggest ever, we shot Tyra Banks for King.
Major.
And it took me forever to get her.
Major.
I can see that.
It was the most amazing thing because we had like these ideas, and then she got on set, and I remember she did like this crazy ill move. And I was like, oh, that's dope. And she got up. She was like, yeah, we're going to bang these out, right? I was like, yeah. She's walking back to the room to change. We're in a restaurant. She grabs the velvet curtain and just wrapped it around her and was like, take this shot. Just on a walk back. And that became
she
like,
got the vision,
yo, it was just like things like that she would just see, boom, boom, boom. We did 5 looks, 5 shots in under 2 hours. That was the first time and we had lunch. It was the first time that ever happened because these shoots would be like super long and
all day.
She got shit to do. She was doing America's Next
Top
Model.
That's Tyra, baby.
Everything was like, bang. She was like this, sniper style.
But that's something else that me and Sean learned from Day too. Like, yo, Day is the closer. Like, son, I learned to pitch and land. Like convince people like do eye candy, whatever. I should look for Day because like yo, Day's like almost like a Steve Stout almost. You know what I'm saying? And like, cause like he would. And the funny thing is because he would always bring back the jewels. He would always have like the big ass meetings and come back with the jewels. But he would always apply that stuff too. Right. Like he would like if Day's gonna go get it, like he's gonna get it. Like if he's going out hunting for him, that's who you want to go get dinner. Like trust me, he's gonna bring it back. So I learned a lot of that from like just watching him. I'm coming to the office just to kick it. He over there poly and trying to get something, and his patience too. His long game is wild crazy. So
I've learned.
His long game is
this podcast took 5 years.
His long game is crazy.
You needed a Brooklyn nigga. Once you added me to the punch, we hit.
But then when you think about like what they've been able to do with their own careers, even outside of everything that we've done together, it's mind blowing. Like what a lookout can do for someone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it happened for me. Yeah, it happened for me, and now they've been putting on people.
Yep.
So like once you're able to see if you could talent scout in one area of life and I want to tell people about new hip hop stuff, but then you could look and see like, yo, here's a young brother that's trying to do something. I'm a young brother that's been trying to do something, and you create like this brotherhood. You can't be stopped, man. Like everybody will be each other's crutches. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yep, that's a fact.
Absolutely. We had the team, boy.
Listen, we appreciate y'all coming in and chopping up. We appreciate being able to give y'all flowers on what y'all been able to do with that.
I want to
just
hear more.
going
So
forward.
They're gonna come back for sure.
Big shout out to our man
another 5 years.
Adele.
Let's see if we get them in another 5 years.
Yeah, man, because I got some Buffy the Body
I
stories to
know.
tell.
I already got an idea in my head.
Judy mama let her have
Big
a party
booty
after
Judy.
last year.
Big booty Judy.
She told us to tell them over start inviting people.
Yo.
I got some hoop stories. I got some stories.
What we got? Yeah,
Oh, man, don't
Wild,
Ideas in my head. We're gonna talk about this
Wow,
off camera.
wow,
But
wow.
I got something. I
I don't have too many stories, but I'm just saying, like, not for the podcast.
Can't take away my memories. I know that's what I
can't take
always
away
say.
my
You
memories.
can't take away. I don't need to say
I
nothing.
don't got stories,
But this
but-
right here.
Man, I got a Trina story where we both got high.
Listen,
Fucking
we
blood
might
pressure.
not ever
Yo.
stop this podcast. You have to stop
you
and set up when we
I
can
lived.
come
I lived,
back
my
for
friend.
the
I
re-up.
lived.
Big shout
But I know I wouldn't have. I know I would
Oh.
not live. I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for him, and if it wasn't for Bonsu. So I'm grateful to both of them.
And a big shout out to the King team, all the women on our team that
Yeah,
kept
think
us
right.
right.
Think about
that would be creative superstars on their own right. I'm talking everybody from the photo team. The photo team, they were all women.
Yep.
That chose the shots. Those were women that was telling us what we
Same with Double XL.
double XL. It was all
Yeah, if
women.
you want to
You know what I'm
shout them out,
saying?
go ahead. If you want to shout them out, go ahead.
Adrian Wahid, Kali Abdullah, Amanda, and Andrea Blumen, Wendy,
Everybody.
Shanita, Ursula, fuck,
mean,
Wendy.
all the women- I mean,
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Y'all
That's
definitely
crazy.
could have hired one of us. We could have helped.
I'd have been there.
That's crazy. I didn't think about that because
Women
with same
have been
with
at
Double XL.
12.
Sally was for
Sally Berman.
was doing the shit.
Davina was the yeah,
Davina.
it was women. Like it was women behind it. It wasn't like a bunch. It was just a bunch of dudes just like
Picking these-
scratching their underarms like. Like it wasn't like that.
Like
at
the
all.
old hustler there. That one right there.
right,
TNA.
I like the tits right there.
Look at that.
Tell the people where they could support what y'all got going on. Individually, I don't know, collectively, maybe you're gonna drop a bomb on us right here and say that it's coming back, like whatever. Go ahead, what's going on?
I know you mentioned about that one.
You like that, right?
Yeah, I like that setup. Well, for me individually, like I just finished writing and producing and developing a game show for Complex Top Gen. So
Shout out to Top Gen. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Andrew Goldstein.
Yep, my man,
My guy
showrunner.
Akash.
And Akash, yep. So that's gonna drop.
I didn't get picked for that.
No, you did.
Didn't get
You did show up though.
Yeah, I did.
But you did show up late.
No, I didn't. That's a lie. That's a lie. I was actually on time. It was
I know.
Andrew who was late. Thank you very much.
I just want to.
I was about to say, it was Zoom. Shit.
Triggered. But also on top of that, like they're bringing back Yo MTV Raps, and I'm on that team.
Shout out to that. Shout out to
I'm
that.
happy for that.
Something else I auditioned for, didn't get picked for. Maybe 5 years from now.
Holler.
I got Datwon now, so I got the Datwon interview. So maybe 5 years from now, get you know.
You win. You good.
Maybe I'll be the big Tigger out. I'll be 50. Never mind. Go ahead.
This guy. What up, Tigger? Oh man, I tell you, man, it's gonna be crazy.
Sorry, Tig.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be 50 doing the basement. You a 50 still in your mother's basement, sir?
Nah, man. Big shout out to Tig. That's our guy.
Let the young niggas come up, bro. What are you doing? Get out the
That's the thing
basement.
I didn't know. I didn't know Tig was so official with the ladies though, man. I learned that. I learned that on the job
We got a lot of alley-oops.
Tig is official
Tigger
too. I
gave
didn't
us-
know.
Tigger. Oh, we got
yeah,
Tigger
fine.
love
See,
in
I
here.
didn't know. I thought he was.
Okay.
Whatever.
I got stories.
Yeah, we got Tigger love.
You go down
But
there,
nah,
you go
Tigger
party
gave a
with
lot of
Tigger in
alley-oops. He
DC.
used to tell us about a lot of women.
I've been.
Yeah, he used to tell us
Off air,
about a lot
off
of
air.
women.
Off it, yeah.
What you got going on, OG?
Oh man, still editor in chief of Vibe.
Bang.
You know, we got a lot of good stuff coming. Just rebuilt the team.
Bang.
I'm also
Another job.
I got a job.
I think this might be. This might just be a podcast for a
Put an
job.
application.
I did not
Hold
get
on.
chosen for.
Hold on.
Let's do
Oh
that.
man, I'm also the consultant producer on the American Music Awards that just came out. New Year's Rockin' Eve. That's coming in a minute.
You rocking with Ryan and them, son?
Wait.
We in the suite
Yeah.
on the 30th.
Wait. American Music Awards, the ones that just happened.
That just happened.
yeah.
When
Yeah.
Doja Cat won Best R&B.
Yeah. It was a lot, but you
You
know
were
those
okay with that?
those
That was
those are
sarcasm. That was
people.
sarcasm.
People. We don't choose that.
Who
the,
chose?
the people?
No, but
the people.
somebody said, but
No,
y'all
no.
y'all said these
No,
are who
no,
y'all
no.
get to choose from.
No. The people get that list. They like
Who made the list?
The list is the people that come out. Like who's ever on the top of the chart.
But somebody put her in R&B.
Oh, shit. This is my thing.
Billboard.
when you look at
Yeah,
charts,
you're right.
this girl is all over the place. She's shooting from all over the floor.
dude,
She could go in any. I'm telling you, she could go in
I'm just
any
saying, Jasmine
lane.
Sullivan did not win
She
Best
should have.
R&B.
She should have.
Pop star gentrification.
But the people vote that. We don't vote that.
Okay, you got lucky on that one.
But I'm still producer. One of the producers.
yeah,
on
take it,
that.
take it, take it, take it.
That's the important. Let's get back to the important.
Hey, you got the rockin'
New
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 Year's.
Year's Rockin' Eve, and also doing Academy of Country Music. It will be my second time doing
Nice.
that. Yeah,
Nice.
so it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be on Amazon Prime.
Sounded
I
rich.
believe this is gonna be the
Very
first
Wealthy.
award show that's
You
gonna
don't
be
even know
live
about
on
country music.
streaming.
Streaming.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
about
yeah.
fire.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
dope.
you don't know nothing about country music.
Yo, guess what, man? I learned a lot last year,
Tell
man.
me Tennessee whiskey ain't fire.
You know what I'm saying? Last
Tell
year,
me Tennessee whiskey
to learn
ain't
about
the best
country.
I'm
song
gonna tell you,
ever.
Nashville. I had to. And people was like, "Oh, be careful in Nashville." They
Nashville's
go-
fire.
I loved it.
Nashville's fire.
Downtown Nashville was
Did you go
super
to
cool.
Did you go to Midtown Cafe?
Trying to go to
I didn't go
Next
there.
time
but
you go there,
I went
go
to
to
Thompson's Hotel.
That shit fire.
With the
You stayed at the
rooftop?
Virgin? Did you stay at the Virgin?
No. We
I
stayed
gotta
at the
know
Grand Ole
something. Fuck
Opry
you.
joint, the resort spot.
I'm trying to go just to go to the Uncle Nearest distillery.
Yo,
man. That's what I'm trying
that's
to do,
the
man.
joint.
That's
That's what I'm
fire.
trying to do.
Yeah,
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 You gotta go to the,
yeah,
you gotta go to the African American music
yeah,
history.
yeah.
That shit was fire.
Yep.
But
Yep,
I'm
on
gonna
there. That
go
was
to the
amazing.
museum and then go drink. You know, after
Yeah.
I watch
It's right there.
Yeah, go
As
watch
soon as you
that.
come out
It's right
the
there.
as soon as you come
Drink
right
away
there.
the sorrow.
What you got going on, Bonsu?
Screenwriter.
Yeah,
Mr.
For the
Sundance.
right price, I can make your hit
Mr.
title.
Sundance.
This is Mr. Sundance.
I ghostwrite for a lot of your favorite MCs.
There we go.
Mainly writing right now. With I got a deal with Medium.com, so I write
And
pretty much
every
every
joint
week, you know
is
what I'm saying?
fire when you
Everything
do
from-
it.
He be releasing them shits every week. I be like,
Yo, I'm telling you.
save. I be on
Killer.
the motherfucking flight feeling like I'm so smart.
No,
Yo, B, how many times are you in the zone right now?
I
Like,
know, bro.
Regardless.
I'm gonna keep saying it, man. Clay Thompson. But my point is, like, what we trying to do is we trying to just keep the repetitions up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when we especially like Sean know about this shit, man. Like we've been done the freelance thing, then the permalance thing, and it's like if you're gonna pay us now for what you paying us now for is what we dealt with from years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Overcharging for what you did to
Not
the
even
GoPro.
overcharge. I don't even feel like I'm overcharging right. Like I'm worth it. I'm worth every single penny. You know what I'm
There we
saying?
go.
But I'm saying it's the autonomy of it all. Like
Yeah.
I get to write what I want to write
Right.
about. You know what I'm saying? The verdict came out last week. I get to write about that. If I want to write about Kanye West next week, I can write about
Yeah,
that.
can you write about us? We need.
You said what?
Yeah.
You said what?
Say it again.
B is like, what?
Say it
Excuse
one
me?
more time.
Right
Excuse me?
about-
What's
right
that?
about us.
Maybe you
What's
didn't
that?
hear him. What
that?
clear?
Write about us, guys next door. 2 steps down. We get it on. You know what I'm saying?
That's. I mean,
We could write about Old Brooklyn. I can incorporate.
Brooklyn.
No,
There
you
you go.
you skipped us. You skipped us.
No, we in there.
We in Brooklyn.
This is where the writer comes in, man. Y'all are talking about two pieces. Like instead of getting one joint, y'all should get a couple of
But
joints.
you
You know what I'm
didn't
saying?
Yo, he
speak
just dropped
about
the game.
our. Go ahead.
Mouse, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
We'll
Don't
talk.
worry.
We gonna
anyway, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, just where they can find you, what you're doing, so the people just
Yeah,
go
I mean,
pull up.
yeah. Medium.com, you can find me. We also work with a great platform under Medium called Level, which was created actually by Jermaine Hall. We were talking about before.
Shout out Jermaine again.
I just wrote. I don't know if y'all watch the Chronicles, the BET docuseries on record labels.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah, they season 3 is in the process of being created. I wrote the docuseries on Uptown Records last summer.
Is they coming back too?
Hopefully, I got paid. I got paid.
Uptown Records supposed to come back.
Yeah,
My
right.
man Steve was supposed to take it.
Yeah. But it's a scripted show on Uptown Records
yeah,
for
yeah,
BET.
yeah.
And then there's the Chronicles that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I can't wait for that.
That's a whole like 6 episode thing.
Did they do the casting already? I want to play.
I don't look, bro. I don't even know if it's getting greenlit. I just know I wrote it. I got
'Cause I can
paid.
play Casey.
I did my job. I'm hoping that my thing is the tough part is that the it's such a fire story. Like I really do wish it hits the light of day because I mean. The figures that are part of that story like could have their own docuseries. Like to try to fit in. I mean, this was the hardest part. Like you're trying to fit Teddy Riley, Mary J. Blige, Andre Harrell,
Heavy
D, Jodeci,
Puff.
Puff,
It's a lot.
right into one.
Just those names
Just
alone.
those names alone.
he was on
I
there.
mean,
Father
that's
MC was
not
on
a-
Uptown,
not
but that's
a-
2 songs. Don't play with him like that though.
I'm
I'm just talking about Father
Treat her like she wanna be treated.
Yeah.
You should treat.
Yeah. So my thing is fitting all of these giants. I mean, and then you got like the sub people like your
Bonsu,
father.
if you don't
MC,
get to it because
the Chris-
he keep cutting his eyes at us. I don't
my
like
bad,
when
my
Rob
bad.
cut his eyes at us.
Oh my bad. Anyway, that's what I have going on. Big hats. You can check me on Medium. You know what I'm saying?
It is the open door to all three.
Yeah,
I
I've got,
come
you
back
know,
to this podcast anytime you want.
I've got a couple
But
of.
if Rob touches eyes at me one more time, I'm
my
say
bad,
something in
Rob.
Spanish.
My bad, Rob. My bad.
I feel like he's
Thanks
cursing
for
out
having us,
Spanish.
man.
My bad,
Thanks for
Rob.
having us.
I got a
For real,
date.
for real.
Rob,
Yeah, Rob was like, yo, I got the
fuck
go.
that.
Well, I got something to do. I see it in his eyes.
He's like, I don't know about y'all, but I am loved.
He got love bombs.
I'm being loved.
He's like, I can't wait to get home and love bomb
I'm
this
being
bitch.
loved. I'm trying to get out here with these niggas who don't get loved.
Where he like, yo, look, I gotta get out of
He's like,
here.
no,
He's from the Bronx, so he taking that
Oh,
he
he
taking that
got
love bomb to Grand Concourse. Listen, once again, we thank y'all. We appreciate
You
y'all.
know what I'm doing?
What you doing, Ryan? Tell me what you got going on.
You know, I got the #1 straws in the world.
The only straws as far as I'm
Absolutely.
concerned.
I have a black-owned straw company called Eco-Agave. It's made out of agave fibers. Eco-friendly, biodegradable.
They melt in my cognac?
They do not melt at all. I got some. I cut some there in my pocket.
Let's get some
I'll show you.
samples going on, man. I'm about to start walking around my own
Now they not even
straw.
samples. They ready to
Real.
go. Y'all
No,
can
no,
go
no,
on
no, no.
Eco-Agave right now. Order how many you need for
all
the
that.
crib.
Of course, we want to get them everywhere, McDonald's,
You know that.
Starbucks, and everything, so that I can just take everybody out of work. We
I won't.
be
There you
all
go.
right.
Try to
But yeah, I'm doing that. My yacht company in Tulum is still
about
doing its thing.
That sounds like
that
some-
sounds richy
that
rich.
sounds like-
my
Yo,
yacht company
My yacht company
in Tulum.
In Tulum.
We just tryna-
Yacht company in
We're just trying
Tulum,
to
where
support.
the money
we
stretches
said
even
we
further.
talked about black business the whole time. We just
There
got
we
to keep
go.
supporting them. So we got that, of course, our podcast. Working on a couple of things. Oh, Viola, of course, that's us, the biggest
Oh,
black-owned
nice.
weed company. You know, that's what we do.
Oh yeah, I like weed.
Shout out to
There you
our Iverson strand just came out.
I like weed.
Yeah, we got that. I got y'all. You know, we good. But yeah, that's me. That's what I got going on.
Hey, man. Guys Next Door podcast each and every Monday. It is official. The What Hip Hop Question Legends and Lists will be coming back for a season 2 on the Black Effect Network. So shout out to Charlamagne, shout out to Dolly, shout out to Nyla, shout out to Nyla, my co-host. So that'll be coming back.
Nice.
You know, we got some other things.
I got to hit some mouse parties this December.
You do.
Everybody
Oh,
active.
shout out to Eric Bellinger. My camera right here. Shout out to my man Eric Bellinger. He came to an
Bro.
event I did in LA. He's seen that I am the best host in America.
That's a fact.
So I am hitting the. Oh, you was there too.
Was I?
So I will be hitting. I will be hitting the Eric Bellinger tour coming up next year. I'll be on tour with him. But I am hosting in December 19th in LA at the Belasco. I'm hosting the YSF Festival, which is his conglomerate. So shout out to that Grammy now, brother. Shout out to that the Three Kings the show with him, Tay Diggs, and Neo. That's gonna be on the CW. Shout out to my man Eric Bellinger
Shout out
for
to
you
Neo
know.
and them, you know.
I mean, that's family right there.
Family.
Bellinger's family.
Fourth quarter is for champions.
Facts.
Bonsu
Let's go-
Thompson.
listen,
Shit ain't
Death
over,
Poet.
baby.
Listen. And on that note,
Quarter is for champions.
y'all know where y'all need to be at. Follow these brothers. Go on your YouTubes, go on your eBays, your Instagrams, however you do it. But find out what you missed if you ever missed anything with Kings. And we'll see y'all asses next Monday.
Peace.
Peace.